Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we've got a fairly quick one. There's two things I want to cover. I see in the comments too much which one do I choose between Albedo and Ainz, that I want to address it now, even though I'll probably readdress it in a future video. And I also want to look at the new warrior artifact in the game, have a bit of a chat about it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get to do the Trials of God until it drops on the global servers, just because I'm not up to chapter 20. I think it's 2860 you got to be up to. So I don't have an account at that. So let's get into it. Okay, so first up, I'll have a timestamp to when we talk about the artifact, but firstly, I just want to talk about Ainz and Albedo. So if we go all the way down here, and we'll put one on the screen for the fun of it. So basically, just over on my main account, my Celestial Hypergen account, I did do a test of them. I've got to edit that video up, and it'll go up sometime after this one. But I used them, and basically they had the factionless gear. They had no artifacts. They only had 25 signature item and 3 furniture, which is lacking a lot of the good stuff they need, because all the magic really happens with these two at 30. However, I was still able to manage to push through stages that I had been stuck on my account. And I always find my personal accounts to be the best to test these new heroes on, because I have a good feel for where I'm at, how hard it is to push, and all that sort of stuff. So I definitely love both of these guys. And now the first thing people have been saying is, do I even need to get both? Why do I bother getting both? Yes, my short answer is yes. If you can get both, you absolutely want to get both, purely because they never come back to the game. So once this period's gone, you cannot get them. So anything that comes in the future that may make them stronger, you lose out on that synergy because you don't have them. So definitely, if you are playing the game at the moment and you think you can get both, even as free to play, push hard, don't miss any labyrinth runs, do all that stuff, I think it's worth it to try and get them both, because you will eventually miss out. Now, for free to play players, when they're asking me which one do I choose, you've got to wait till the event's available to exchange anyway, which is actually a really good thing, because it means we get more time to test. So a lot of people, I think, are leaning towards Ainz because of his huge damage and stuff like that. But I just want to keep in mind that a lot of people that are testing Ainz damage and getting really good results out of it are also using him with Albedo. So he's getting the defense and the attack increase depending on signature item levels. So just keep that in mind when you do it. Like I said, I will readdress this closer towards the exchange period for free to play players, because me personally, I still lean towards, if I was free to play and I couldn't get both of them, I would lean towards the Albedo, because she has that just flat out buff for all dimensionals. I feel like she's just going to have more longevity as the game goes on. Albedo, I mean, Ainz is a really good damage dealer. Yes, AoE, nuke, huge. However, it's more likely that there's going to be more heroes introduced that become really good damage dealers as well. Whereas Albedo has that unique ability to give a massive buff to all dimensionals, which is huge as they continue to release more dimensionals. So that's my early thoughts. As for if you are willing to buy one and save for the other, I'd just buy Ainz, because you can have some fun with him. To me personally, if you're buying one and saving for the other, you're not a whale, which means you probably don't have unlimited resources on signature items, which means you're probably not going to max them out anyway. So Albedo is probably not going to be that good for your account in the first place until you get an Ainz, like at that stage. Because when we look at this buying one and then saving for the other, you're not looking really long term into the game. You're looking, I just realized my camera's mirrored, so I'm pointing backwards, but rip. Anyway, you're not looking really long term, you're looking more at the short term, and the short term use of Albedo, especially if you don't get to max out her signature item, isn't going to be as great. So if you're buying one, saving for the other, I'd go for Ainz straight up, because if you're going to get them both, you're going to get more fun out of him straight away. So hopefully that pretty much covers it. Definitely get them both. I'm leaning towards Albedo, but I'll cover that in a video for free to play closer to exchange day. And if you're buying one and saving for the other, I'd go Ainz first. And the other thing is, should you buy them? Is it worth it? The $15 one, in my opinion, when you look at the rest of the resources, like if you say got the hero for free and you were buying all the resources that it's going to cost you, I think $15 is like one of the best value packs in the game to go ahead and pick up one of these heroes. So once again, if you are a light spender, for the $15 pack, it's probably the best value pack you'll get in the game at the moment. And like I said, you can't put a value on these guys moving into the future because they're probably going to be, you know, usable in different comps. So I definitely think if you're happy to spend, they're worth it. But if you're full free to play, don't stress, save up, don't miss a labyrinth run, anything like that. Get all the resources you can and try and get them both. But we will do another video where I sort of touch on it again after more testing on which one I would pick up, but at this stage I'm leaning towards Albedo. But hope that covers that. I just had to, I didn't want to do that video, cover this in a video, but I just felt like I had to because it's so frequently in the comments and there's a lot of different answers from different people. And even though free to play, you still don't have to make your decision yet. I know a lot of people are just wanting to know. So unfortunately, we got to do more testing, but we'll wait and see. The next thing I want to look at is going to be this artifact. So like I said, unfortunately I can't go ahead and get it. I don't know, I don't have access to an account. Actually, I could have hit Shazam up, but I think he's busy, so you know, we can't get it yet. As soon as it drops on global servers, I will go through the trials of God, do all that sort of stuff, and go through that. But basically here, this is the artifact, the Chaos Bringer, accuracy plus 12, attack plus 10%. The first 2 times the hero's ultimate ability is used, deals 180% AoE damage to enemies ahead, and permanently raises the hero's haste by 10 points and life leech by 8 points. And then it goes to be the same thing, except it's 220% damage, 15 haste, and 12 life leech. So the big question, and it's going to come down to a lot of testing, is going to be, I think the big question everyone wants to know is, will this be better on Saurus than Blade? And it's just going to depend. I think the most practical way to do it is to wait and see in testing. Basically, just get this artifact and throw it on. Now, I did speak briefly to Shazam about this, and he said he thinks it may even be better at low stars on this one. So at the first skill, it may even be better than a maxed out Blade. Now, we can't confirm that, just due to some math on the idea of the extra attacks that you're going to be doing compared to the extra impact that the Blade is going to give them. Keeping in mind that you can always put Blade on the secondary hero on the front row in your boss fights. So you're still linking some extra attack increases to the Saurus, if you have the twins in your team, obviously. So that is still going to be an option to buff his damage, but it's really interesting to see. For other purposes, I'm curious to see how this works for some other warriors. Something like Antandra, for instance, this giving her that extra AoE, little bit of burst when she does do her ult, but also the haste and life leech. Combine that with the other artifact that we have here, which is going to help those squishier warriors survive to the point of getting their ultimates. I'm curious to see what synergies can be found between these 2 artifacts alone, and I'm still pumped for them to implement the Ranger one. I'm really keen to see, but also the support and the mage will be really interesting. But like I said, this one, the big question is going to be Saurus, and we will address it in a video. We'll do some straight testing of damage numbers. I'll get a lot of other people's results as well, and we'll try and come up with a definitive answer of whether this is better on Saurus than the Blade. But also, I'm looking forward to testing this on different heroes, just to see what they can do all round in campaign and stuff like that, because it doesn't seem huge, but I feel like even for something like an Ainz Albedo, this could be pretty cool, because the haste is really nice, which means everything's going to tick a bit faster. So I honestly don't know, but I feel like this could definitely be the one for Ainz Albedo, because he just has all that, he just has so much that he can do, like the haste, even making him do his AoE stun faster, making him heal faster. Then he's got the extra life leech, getting that extra damage. He's got the passive where he's just like oozing AoE damage and sacrificing his health. So as he oozes that damage and loses health, he's going to be healing up with that extra life leech. I think it could be really good. And also the added AoE is also a nice little touch to add on top of it. So that is the Chaos Bringer. I'm really keen to see how this works. Not as like completely game changing as I think this one I felt was going to be, just because this one was really cool that it added that extra effect, but definitely it could change your priorities on some heroes and hopefully make some more heroes viable. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.